want to say, hey guys, it's Klaus. Yeah. Okay, we're ready to start. What's going on here? Look, how the hell do you say this name? Can you read that? I have no idea. The tank name makes no sense to me. Willy Staffelskraft. That's easy, but what is that? The WZ11111 model 1. Like, what kind of a stupid name is that? But it's an encounter game today, guys. Look, there's one base, which means usually that you have a, a hopelessly pathetic game because most of your team will, go down the one line or as far as they can from the encountering base. And then you either lose or win in 3 minutes, right? Because there's only one base and everyone's confused. There's only one base. Usually there's two. What do we do? I just go where I usually go, right? And then they go where they usually go, and where they usually go is nowhere near the encounter. But hey, come on. Let's get serious here. Woolstar Kampfschaft. I like that name. I'm going to call you Wooly Bugger. And, he's in a heavy tank and he's top tier. And I'm looking at the matchup here. And actually, his team did not all... Well, some of them went to the one line, but they've spread out pretty good. This is actually, I have to say, a fairly well-dispersed team. They've gone to some good spots. And he's taken a position in the middle. Why has he done that? Well, the main reason is there's no artillery. And when there's no artillery, you can kind of poke the ridgeline here, and if you've got a really good turret and good gun depression, you can do well. He does not have good gun depression, but he notices that some of his team have gone up the hill. They're going to light some guys, so he can take some shots like this and not aim and miss from the middle, because why not? Why wouldn't you want to do that? Because you don't always start off the game like a superstar, right? Sometimes you got to build into it. You've got to... This old woolly bugger, he's going to take his time getting going. Now, okay, a little bit of something for you guys to learn before we get to this, too much. Look at the view circles on the screen there. You see the white one? That's the maximum spotting range that you can see someone. The big one is enemies can render up to the yellow circle if your teammates spot them. But the white one is the farthest that you can spot, or vice versa, the farthest that the enemies can spot you from, right? So this position that he's in, look at the circles, look at the enemy red dots that are going up the hill, those guys that he's aiming at. They are outside his white circle and inside the yellow circle. Do you notice that? Right? So this spot, this is where you want to be when you shoot the guys on the hill. See, he's going to shoot them. He's doing damage. And they are outside his white circle, so there is no way that they will spot him unless some other teammates in the middle maybe spot him. But those guys on the hill are getting shot by him, right? And they will not see him when he shoots. No, there's no hope that they see him because they are outside the maximum view range, which is the white circle. But he can see them because they are inside his yellow circle and they are being spotted by his teammates. Okay, you get it? So when you're going to shoot the hill, these guys here, he's shooting, you see that? This is where you want to be. If he moves closer to those guys he's shooting, if he moves a little bit closer, they will be inside his white circle, and then they can spot him when he shoots. There's a possibility they'll spot him. Do you get it? Did you learn something? Huh? Who says you don't learn anything on Klaus's channel? Now, the only way he will get spotted is by these guys that are close in the middle, right? Close to him. If he gets spotted, like now he's spotted, those guys on the hill can see him because he's inside their render range, right? They're inside the yellow circle, so they can shoot back, but only when he's spotted by these guys in the middle. So he's going to go stealth. He's going to disappear. Right? Hopefully he's going to disappear. He's trying to keep the rock there in between that guy and him. Now when he thinks he's disappeared, he could shoot the guys on the hill and remain undetected. There you go. That's all. You can stop watching the video now because that's as serious as it gets. But that's something you have to learn if you want to provide support fire for like the hill or whatever you want to do. you've got to position yourself right so that you can shoot and remain undetected and not get hit back. Now, you see, he's moved closer now. Now look at his view range circle. See those guys on the hill? There is a guy inside his yellow, actually inside his green circle. Those guys on the hill there will see him now. When he pokes up here, see, they're going to see him from the hill. The guy's on his right. He's aiming at the over here. He's aiming at this Lowy bouncing. But the guys up on the hill, when he pokes up like that, they're going to see him. So this is a much more dangerous spot to shoot up at the hill. But he's got some cover here from the terrain. Okay, that's it. That's it. That's as serious as it gets. Hopefully, view range circles, guys. Turn on your freaking view range circles. There's 3 of them. Did I mention what they all are? The green is his detection range. Not his detection. The green is his view range. That's as far as, not his detection range. Oh boy, oh my God, do I have to start at the beginning? Green is his view range, which doesn't necessarily mean he can see everything inside that green circle, because some tanks may have camo. Right? His detection range is not shown here. It's different for every single tank he's trying to spot. But green is the farthest he can detect anyone. White is the maximum that anyone can detect anyone in the game. And yellow, the big circle, is the farthest that you can see someone that your teammates are detecting. And all right, well, we've babbled on about that. What's happened so far in this game? It's 9-9. It's a close game. He started off support firing the hill using his view range circles, but now he's moved closer. And this is not bad. He is spotted now, but he has a great turret. And he's using these railroad tracks. You know, they're a little bit elevated, so there's some cover. So the guys that are going to try and shoot him are only able really to see his turret. So when he shoots them like this for 490 damage, they have to poke over and, well, I guess that guy just ignored him. But that guy probably only had a shot on his turret, you see? So he can shoot him again for another 490 damage. And that guy bounced off his turret. You see that? He's using the terrain like a boss. And look at this little trick here. Like, you can shoot through the railroad tracks, see? Because that's how the game's designed. You can shoot underneath the railroad tracks. A lot of people don't know that, and they drive right up on top of them to shoot. So there, you've learned about view range circles, and you've learned that, you know, you could just shoot underneath the railroad tracks. Like, watch. See? Right? Oh, he's going to shoot the couple. Oh, he missed. But he is, oh, he got hit there that time. He got hit by the KV-3 with regular ammo. You know what? Respect to you, KV-3. That guy, a KV-3, a tier 7, moved up and shot him in the side of the turret with regular ammo. Hats off to you, buddy. You know, I like to see that. I like to see the working guy actually do something, and wow. Whoever that KV-3 drive, I don't know if he's still alive or whether he's dead, on the enemy team, I give you my full respect. Okay, let's watch him here. Look at the, oh, this is going to be a good shot. Oh boy, this gun on these Chinese tanks, you know, they do more damage. And if you play them a lot, I did a video explaining kind of Chinese tanks. If you have a shit crew in a Chinese tank, the guns do more damage, but they're really, the soft stats are not that good. But if you play exclusively Chinese tanks, and you get yourself a good crew in these things, so that you kind of balance the shit soft stats, right? You get shit soft stats, but then you get a really good crew. Oh, there's that poor KV-3 who fought like a boss. He's still alive. Good job, buddy. You know, I like to see that. But if you can get a Chinese tank and stick with the, you know, play a lot of games, so you have Snapshot and Smooth Ride and Brothers in Arms and all the skills that improve everything for your crew, so it negates the shitness of the soft stats, so you get these Chinese guns behaving more like Russian guns. Then you've got, you know, you've got basically Russian tanks but with higher alpha, and these, some dedicated Chinese tank playing players can have fantastic games in these. If you're only going to play them, you know, every now and then, and you're going to have shit crews because you don't play enough games, you know, you don't have Brothers in Arms, you don't even have a skill, you're going to get frustrated by the terrible soft stats on the guns, and even though they have higher alpha, you're going to have a hard time hitting. But if you play a lot of Chinese tanks, you play them over and over and over again, so the crew really gets its skill set up, especially Brothers in Arms, Snapshot, and Smooth Ride, the gun handling skills. You know, if you can get that, then these Chinese tanks, they shine. And oh, he hit the dead. That KV-3. Is that the KV-3? Way to go, buddy. Isn't that nice to see? I mean, whether he wins this game or not. A tier 7 heavy tank in encounter that actually went to the encounter. And you know, he did damage with regular ammo. Like a boss. Like a boss. Respect to you, buddy. Well, let's watch him shoot through the railroad tracks here. And track this guy, and there's only one left. And what is it? Oh, it's a big TD. What's he gonna do? The TD has disappeared. He's gonna take a blind shot. You know what? You've got some speed. Why not just drive behind him and shoot him up the ass? Let's end the video with the, you know, up the ass for the win. Can we do that? It's been too serious up till now. We've learned too much. You've learned about view range circles. You've learned about the crew skills for Chinese tanks, you know. Full of learning. Well, some of you didn't. You already knew that stuff, right? So you don't give a shit. I don't know why you watch. Well, you probably watch for other reasons. Everyone's got their reasons. But some people like to learn something every now and then. Not that I know everything, but you know, some things, when I see them happening, I explain them because, you know, why not? Don't you want to know? Oh, that is not a TD. What is that? Oh, it's a Defender. Oh, it's one of those tier 8 premium tanks. It's so satisfying to shoot a Defender up the ass. Isn't it? If there's one tank you want to shoot up the ass, it's a Defender. Oh well, it's a victory, but it's not enough for Ace Tanker. Let's see, how much damage did he do? Look, almost 8,000 damage. Look at all the zeros on his team. But almost 8,000 damage on this, or in this Chinese tank is not enough for Ace Tanker. Can you believe that? And that just goes to show that if some of the really good players that exclusively play these Chinese tanks and they train their crews up so that the soft stats get somewhat negated, these things can be pretty damn good. And if 8,000 damage doesn't get you Ace Tanker, you know that there's some people having great games in this thing. Like Woolstar Kampfschaft. Thanks for sending that one in, buddy.